Hello, everyone. Welcome to Interesting Stories. Let's get started. That morning, on the main street of a small town, Elias Ford, 84 years old, a retired military mechanic, accidentally brushed the handlebar of a parked motorcycle with his coat as he walked by. No one thought much of it until a massive biker stepped forward and slapped him hard, sending him crashing to the sidewalk. The loaf of bread he'd just bought rolled into the gutter. Blood trickled from his lip. No one helped. No one spoke. The bar nearby stayed silent, then erupted in laughter. Elias didn't fight back. He quietly picked up the dirty piece of bread, sat on a bench, hands trembling as they rested on his cane. Years ago, he'd pulled 3 soldiers out of a burning vehicle during the Gulf War. But today, not a single person offered him a napkin. He pulled out an old phone and tapped a single contact Falcon 1, emergency only. 30 minutes later, the deep hum of rotors filled the air. A Black Hawk helicopter descended onto the grassy lot behind the bar. At the same time, a black SUV screeched to a stop. A special operations team stepped out. No shouting, no guns drawn, just presence. A man in military uniform approached. No introduction needed. Commander Mason Ford, Elias's son. He knelt, wiped the blood from his father's cheek, and simply said, "I'm here, Dad." Mason didn't yell. He calmly asked, "Who struck a veteran?" The biker spoke up. "It was just some old guy. Bumped into my bike." Mason replied, "That old guy served this country before you could hold a pencil." One nod. Police arrived. No scuffle. Just a silent signal. And handcuffs clicked into place. A woman stepped out, hands trembling, offering Elias a clean cloth. A young boy stood at attention, saluting. Other veterans began gathering, lining up beside him. No chants, no slogans, just a deep silence and respect rising like an invisible tide. The video spread across the internet. Elias became a symbol, not because he fought back, but because he didn't have to. And the world still took notice. Weeks later, the man who hit him, Kyle, sent a handwritten letter. "If you're willing to meet, I'm ready to listen." Elias agreed. They sat, talked, not as enemies, but as human beings. Kyle later began therapy and started volunteering at the local veteran center. The town erected a plaque, "Elias Ford, the man who stood between us and chaos." The field behind the bar was renamed Ford Field. Kyle now drives veterans to the hospital every week. And Elias still, the old man in the worn-out coat, is now always greeted first. Wherever he goes, a slap might sting, but the silence of an entire community can break your heart. Thankfully, there are people who only need to sit down for the whole world to finally stand up. If this story made you pause, to reflect on dignity, respect, or the quiet heroes who once protected us, leave a comment. Say thank you. Or just type one word, respect. And if you believe that the quiet ones are sometimes the ones who truly change the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Interesting Stories, where every video is a reminder. Not everyone in the spotlight deserves to be remembered, but some only need to stand still for the whole world to remember why we're grateful.